Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Elevate in Spirit. Today, I will share with you another episode of Financial Stewardship. I'm truly thrilled to have all of you here with us today as we begin yet another in-depth look at the fundamentals of good financial management. That this subject has been so important in changing my own life makes it very important to me. It has had an amazing effect on my journey, and I'm sure it can do the same for all of you. Anyway, let's jump right into today's teachings. I want to share a personal story with you that goes back to 1968. I've been on this path, seeking the Lord and serving, but it was hard for almost 20 years. There was a time when Jamie and I couldn't even afford to eat out every day. We had trouble with money while we were in the church. Here we are now, and we need about $6.5 to $7 million every month just to pay our bills. God has brought us a long way, and now we spend about $8 million a month, which includes big donations to building projects. The most important event in my life happened when I had a deep realization about money. It was a mindset shift that changed the way I saw things. I learned that being truly wealthy isn't about getting more and more money, but about following the rules of stewardship. Realizing that all of our resources, including money, are given to us by God is part of stewardship. It's not just about handling money. It's also about recognizing that God is the one who gives us everything we need. This realization led to a journey of faith and trust in God's goodness. Now that we're in Matthew 6, Jesus gives us some very important advice that has nothing to do with money. These words affect our goals and our relationship with God. Let's look into these deep lessons that could change the way we think about money and make it more in line with divine principles. In Matthew chapter 6, verse 19 to 20, Jesus says, "Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal." Now the question arises, how do we lay up treasures in heaven? You can't take money with you, right? But Jesus teaches us in Luke 16 to use money to touch people's lives, to make friends for eternity. When you invest in changing lives, you're laying up treasures in heaven. You can't take money, but you can take people with you to heaven who've been impacted by your generosity. Testimony of generosity. Allow me to share a powerful story about a pastor friend of mine who lived in a pretty fancy house. People were mean to him because of the way he lived, but they had no idea that he was giving a lot. Just for one job, he gave me an amazing $330,000, which shows how generous he is. He also gave another minister a Cadillac worth $335,000 as a gift, showing how much he wanted to help others. Not content with that, he showed his kindness to a third minister by giving them a large amount of money, $10,000. Surprisingly, he was living cheaply compared to his enemies, which shows that from God's point of view, percentages are more important than exact dollar amounts. This strong example shows how a kind heart can change things and questions common beliefs about how to handle money better. Giving changes your heart. You see, giving transforms a person's heart and changes their goals and point of view. People often think that they should only give when they have a lot, but the key is to start with what you already have. When you give from what you have, you let God bring more into your life. Realizing that God should be your main source of support is very important. He shouldn't just be one of many providers. Your treasure's use shows what your heart really wants, which shows how important it is to set your goals in a way that makes you feel generous and willing to give. Putting God first. Now, Jesus warns us in Matthew chapter 6, verse 24, "No one can serve two masters. Either you will hate the one and love the other, or you will be devoted to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve both God and money." If you only think about money, it can make you feel like you're in a pit of darkness. The message from this scripture advises against placing too much importance on accumulating material wealth on earth, as it is subject to decay and theft. Instead, it encourages focusing on spiritual or moral values, suggesting that investing in heavenly treasures, such as acts of kindness and righteousness, is more enduring and secure. Putting God ahead of material wealth is what it all comes down to. When we were having trouble with money, Jamie and I used to pray very hard, hoping not only for the $100 we needed, but also for $120 to set aside 20%. Even though we were having trouble with money, we chose to put God first, and amazingly, He made our lives better. Putting God first, even when things are hard, can change your life, as this personal story shows. Challenges in current projects. Currently, we're facing challenges with our construction projects, which means we have to pay a lot each month, but I've decided for sure that I won't take on more debt to deal with these problems. I have made it clear that I will always put God first when it comes to money. As I keep reminding myself that this is only a temporary problem, I am sure that God will help us get through it. Trusting God and always seeing Him as our final source is the most important thing we can do to get through these problems. We are getting through this tough financial time with faith and determination, because we won't give up on our beliefs. The most important thing to remember is to keep your trust in God and believe that He will help you get through these tough times. In conclusion, I want to encourage you. Release yourself from the control of money by giving part of it away. This will make room for blessings that will change your financial situation for the better. If you put God first in your life, you will see great changes in your finances as He works His miracles. Thank you so much for listening to this informative episode of Financial Stewardship. Always remember that when you give freely, you not only help other people, but you also make it possible for yourself to receive and keep all the good things that happen after. Happy financial stewardship. May God bless you richly as you start this new path. We hope you all have a great day and look forward to continuing to have deep conversations with you. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. As always, may your journey towards financial stewardship be filled with the abundant blessings of God. We appreciate your support and hope you continue to find inspiration in our videos. Until next time, may your finances be a testimony to God's glory. God bless you. From 𝗿𝗶 in Spirit.